Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Marianne Allen. I am originally from Liberia. I recently moved to Ghana without visiting, and this is my journey of my experiences in the great country Ghana. So if you're thinking about moving to Liberia, if you're thinking about moving to Ghana, or just Africa overall, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any videos. Since I came, I've been trying to find a place to stay, a permanent location. And in the last video, I did show a couple of places that we have visited, that we liked, and that we decided to go with one of those. So in this video, I will be revealing to you the house that we chose. I'm just so excited that we finally found a place to stay in more long term. I'm kind of tired of the Airbnb living. I just want to go somewhere I can make my home, like get comfortable and make my home. If you're trying to relocate to Ghana from abroad and you're hoping to rent in Ghana, I will be giving you some tips in this video of how to go about it. First of all, I'm not going to take all the credit. I know it was part of my experience. However, I got a lot of support from on here. A lot of my, when I first started this whole YouTube thing, I didn't really understand that this is a two-way street. Sometimes you, as a content creator, you feel like it's just a one-way street because everyone's just waiting on you to provide them with content. But it's not, because this is a real life journey. This is not just like trying to make you have fun. This is my life. This is my struggles, my challenges, and everything. And I've been so overwhelmed with the support and the love that I've gotten from on this platform, and people just being willing to assist. When I posted a video about being so frustrated about the whole house hunting process, there were so many people who give me good options, sent me or point me in the right directions, and recommended people, other YouTubers that were doing more house hunting content, to look them up. I mean, just like that was real support. That was like real support. So I felt like, so I'm not in this all by myself, they're not just waiting for me to show them what's going on. They're actually here to help so that I don't get stuck. So that meant a lot to me, and I want to thank you all for your support. Make sure you watch this video till the end so that you can find out the house that we chose. So what are some things you need to know when you're looking for a place in Ghana, or if you're thinking about relocating and you've started your search? Number one, get familiar with the Mikasa and the Gigi app. You probably have come across the Mikasa site. I think they have an app, yeah, but this site is kind of like the real estate site for Ghana. You can find places to buy, you can find houses to rent. Visit Mikasa's site, look through the properties, what you can get, set a budget, and look at houses you could find within your budget, and just put them on your favorite list. There is another site called Gigi. Gigi is kind of a buy and sell site where you can search for houses, you can buy cars, you can list things as well, you can buy pets, you can like hire services, you can look for a job. So Gigi is a pretty useful site as well, or app, to search for things when you're looking to move to Ghana. Number two, have an open mind when it comes to locations. One thing I like about Ghana housing market, they have something for any budget. Okay, so any budget you have, they have a house or an apartment that will fit in that budget. A secure place, a decent place that has electricity and running water and everything, which is key. However, what's going to be the determining factor is the distance. How far is the place from city center, from Accra? And but that decision becomes easy once you look at your priorities, once you ask yourself what's important to you, like what are those things you're going to be doing. So for example, if you have kids that are in school, the school is pretty far away from the area you want to be, you don't want to mess with Ghana traffic. Oh my gosh, they have a lot of traffic here. So you might realize that you're being very restricted to the place that you can live, which means you might have to up your budget. If you're going to be working in person in Ghana, where you actually have to go to work, you want to pay attention to where that office is and how far the office is to where you want to live. So if you find a cheaper place in Medina, but you work in Osu, that's a pretty long drive. So then you probably don't want to live in Medina, you want to move a little closer, which means your budget might go up because that would be more city center. Okay, so for us, we do most of our things online, so we're not working in person, and we don't have a lot of running around apart from me creating content. We don't have a lot of like every day out of the house, go get stuff done kind of thing. So pretty much we can live anywhere. The only reason why we had issues with like places that are really far away is that we're young people. We want to get out. In the US, we didn't really get out much. We're not getting out much kind of people, to be honest. We love to hang out, and we like to have options. We like to know that it's there and we can choose to do it. We just don't like to be or feel isolated. But most times we're in the heat of everything, and we're not like every day going out kind of people, so it wouldn't really matter. It's not like a big deal. However, we want to be able to, if we decide this weekend we want to go hang out and chill for a little bit, we don't want to be driving like 45 minutes to an hour just to do something. So the moving around in the traffic wasn't such a big decision for us. For us, we were looking for more of a space. We want a bigger space. And because when what coronavirus pandemic lockdown taught us is that you need space. If you're gonna be home most of the time, you need space. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your mind. Because even though my family, we all we enjoy each other's company, but we love our alone time. So our house in the US was pretty big for us. And we enjoyed that. Like everyone would be in their own space and doing their own thing. And then at a certain time we can come together. So that's kind of what we were looking for. So the entire shutdown in the US with the pandemic, it didn't really affect us much, because we didn't feel like we were on top of each other. So that's kind of the same thing we wanted. We wanted space. So space was more of a priority for us than the distance. So keep an open mind about the places. There are places you see online that will have really good houses, but they would be far out. So based on your priority, you can decide on that. There are places that you think are so far out, oh, I can't do that, and then when you come, it's not so bad. Okay, and each city has its own things. It's almost like the US, like the West, where like every city has its own little Walmart or Target or like little convenience stores and shopping areas, restaurants and stuff. So you may not even need to go to the other city unless you just like something on the other side. So keep an open mind about the location. Number 3, the most important time to search for places would be very close to your departure. It's okay to get an idea of what you're looking for, or what you can get for your budget, but it's gonna be irrelevant when it comes to like deciding on a property, because by the time you're actually ready, those places will not be available. Trust me, those places won't be available. You have to be on the ground to actually get going on those places, because there are people down here every day that are looking for places, and they're the ones that are gonna call and they're gonna drive there and go see the place, and they're gonna make an offer right away. So you can search in advance, but do not rely your search on what you see if you're not ready to come. A month to you coming, a couple of weeks to you coming, a week to you coming, that would be more valid and more accurate. Those properties would be available. So you would be speaking to agents about places that are actually available. And once you come, you can. So I would say a week before you come, not even 2 weeks, because sometimes those places may not be out for 2 weeks. But so a week before you get here, you can go on one of those sites, find what's available, contact those agents, and schedule a viewing. Like actually schedule a viewing for the following week when you get here, and kind of have a realistic idea of the places, the budget, the distance. And then when you come, also keep in mind that you may not even, there might be things about those places that you don't like, because you're just looking at the house, you're not looking at the road that gets you to the house. It could be really bad and you can't do it. So even that list that you're gonna make may not stand, and you might exhaust the list and still not find a place, and you would have to like start all over. So keep that in mind as well. But places come up every day. One thing I would say is don't come and do like 1 week Airbnb and expect to find a place that you like permanently within a week. That's not possible. I think you should give yourself a month. Getting a month of Airbnb is it's not so bad, it's not so expensive. So that way you have enough time to look. Week 1, if all things fail, you have week 2 to go out and search again. So give yourself some time. The 4th tip is be prepared to pay yearly or more. So depending on the property and what the landlord wants, you will be paying lump sum. Africa is a cash society. It's not month to month. They don't dwell on month to month, especially when it comes to housing. So you would have to pay yearly rent, and that's one of the areas that you need to save. So depending on what your budget is, would give you an idea of how much you need to come up with when it comes to housing by the time you get here. So it's yearly rent. Depending on the place, it could be 2 years. So the less expensive the place is, the higher the terms of payment they would want. The more expensive, the more flexible the term of payments are. So there might be places that are like $1,000 or $1,500 that might take 6 months, or $800 that might take 6 months, whereas places around $300 might take a year and a half or 2 years. So keep that in mind. When you're searching, make sure you're looking at those terms. The 5th tip is it's quite impossible, close to impossible, to find a place without an agent. The whole agent thing is a market in Ghana. It's a business. What they would do is go to the find properties all around from owners, take pictures of the properties, and then list them on Mikasa under their accounts. Then we go and search for those places and contact. So whoever we contact on there is not the landlord. We're contacting the agents, and then the agent sets a time for you to go and take a look at the place. All they need to do is just call the landlord and meet you there, take a look at it. If you like it, then you guys can go into the proceedings and stuff. And agents get commission. And when you search on Mikasa, it will tell you like how much the agent's commission is. They will either say 10% or they would say 1 month rent. So if your rent is $1,000, you would pay them $1,000. If your rent is $1,000 a month and they want 1 month rent as their commission, you're gonna pay them $1,000 US. If your rent is $1,000 and you're paying for a year, so $1,000 for a year is $12,000 that you need to come up with. And they want 10% of that, then you're gonna be paying them $1,200, so $1,200 for their commission. So pay attention to that, the 10% versus the 1 month rent, and then save up for the commission for the agent. You don't pay that money unless you actually find the place. And number 6, the last but not the least, I didn't realize that a lot of the places don't come with appliances, or maybe not all of the appliances. I will be doing a video on just the basic appliances if you were to get a place that is not furnished or a place that does not have appliances, so that can help you think about like how much you're gonna spend when it comes to putting those things in there. And they're not so expensive. I've actually taken a look at a few of them. They're not that expensive, so you may want to go to some of those places that don't have appliances and then just get the appliances. I think if you want to do a place that does not come with appliances, then you might want to go below your budget a little bit, so that once you get the appliances, it can be right at your budget. And there are places below that you will find below your budget. So that's all I have for you today. After a couple of weeks searching and looking and moving from place to place, we finally found a place. The option that we pick is Tema. Tema house is furnished and it provides us the space that we are looking for. I need a whole room to myself for content creation and working online and all of that. So Tema house gives us the space that we're looking for. So we're going to Tema, and because it is way out there, but like I said, based on our priorities and the things that we're going to be doing in the initial phase, we don't need to be in the heart of the city. Like right now we are in the heart of the city, and I'm kind of sick of it already. The noise, the hustle and bustle, I don't like it. I want to be able to come here but not live here. So we went with Tema. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I will see you in the next video.